the Los Angeles Lakers fan base and the NBA fan base that all said Rob Pelinka was asleep, that he couldn't acquire talent, including myself. Apology, man. Apology, because Rob Pelinka has cooked yet again. Dalton Knecht, Cam Reddish, and a 2031 first round pick for Mark Williams. Now, many people don't know much about Mark Williams, but the thing about Mark Williams is he's 23 years old, younger than Dalton Knecht, and he's averaging 16 points and 10 rebounds. He's 7'2". It's listed on ESPN he's 7 foot, but I saw many people saying that he's actually 7'2". It's a phenomenal pickup, but the problem is another big man that has an injury problem. When Mark Williams is healthy, obviously he's great, but he does have an injury problem. He's been in the NBA quite a while, but quite a while for a 23-year-old. But the thing is, if he could stay healthy for the Lakers, another Anthony Davis type thing, but he could be a phenomenal, center for them. That's the great thing about it. But for the people that were mad about Dalton Knecht getting traded, you're absolutely don't know ball. Straight away, you have no IQ when it comes to roster building, because you acquire Luka Doncic, who plays a similar position to Dalton Knecht. And Luka Doncic is going to be getting 40 minutes a game, right? When he's playing in the playoffs and most regular season games, he's playing 40 minutes. So Dalton Knecht's minutes are getting eaten up by Luka Doncic. And you're not putting him over Austin Reeves. You've got Vando, who's great defensively. Finney Smith. He's falling off the rotation on Saturday if you would have kept him. Now you trade him, who's a good piece. He's had his games that, the Hornets were good enough to be like, you know what, him and that scrub Cam Reddish and a pick is good enough for Mark Williams. I don't know why the Hornets are really trading Mark Williams, because you have a young squad. You gave up Nick Richards, so it doesn't make sense for the Hornets to trade him, but you do get a decent little shooter, a young shooter as well. But Mark Williams getting traded from the Hornets makes no sense. But he has a bigger, longer wingspan than Wembanyama. That shows, physically wise, lob threats, paint protection. He's got it all, and that's a great pickup for the Lakers, and he's young as well. So, LeBron went from Jackson Hayes and D'Lo to Luka Doncic and a 23-year-old with a longer wingspan. Then Victor Wembanyama, who's averaging a double-double, 16 and 10. Man, LeBron James is crying somewhere. Tears of joy from the upgrades that he's been given. But, people were saying, he's a bit inconsistent as well. But the thing is, the Hornets don't have much talent. And as a big man, you kind of rely on the service you're getting, the passer. And LaMelo Ball's, a decent passer. And that's why I kind of reflect more on the games that LaMelo Ball was there, because LaMelo Ball kind of runs the offense and he's a good passer. What are you going to say? Terry Rozier's not giving, or not Terry Rozier, sorry. Miles Bridges isn't giving him any dimes. PJ Washington, those aren't passers. LaMelo Ball, when he's there, that's when you kind of take a look at Mark Williams, and he's another injury prone player. So they made this stats of his averages when LaMelo Ball's playing, and he's averaging 17 and 10, which is a little bit better than his stats overall with or without LaMelo. So he's an exciting product. I think you can't really rely on him. I think he would have been it would have been better if they somehow got themselves Bobby Portis, which I made a video. I think Bobby Portis would have been great for them coming off the bench, having this guy start, and Bobby Portis would have served as insurance. I think if you would have talked to the Bucks and tried to give him Jackson Hayes, who's young, and maybe I'm thinking Rui or a young player and that kind of caliber, maybe a second round pick or something, you could have possibly got Bobby Portis from the Bucks. But instead, you're just gonna rely on this injury prone 23-year-old who has the potential to be really good, but there's also a downside with his health, which the Laker fans they have a lot of experience with Anthony Davis having this type of issue. But the thing is, Jackson Hayes will be your insurance policy, so if he ends up getting hurt in the playoffs, you're gonna have to rely on Jackson Hayes. But I can see him getting a Robert Williams type of minutes restriction. With the Celtics, he was getting 24. He wasn't really exceeding 25 minutes because they wanted him to stay healthy, and he was important to the paint protection. But he was very injury prone. So I can see him having that kind of minutes restriction until they get to the playoffs, and then they're gonna kind of let his minutes loose depending how he's playing. But this could be a really great pickup. or it could really flop on them. It could go either way with this one. But anyways, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos, and leave a comment down below. Do you think the Lakers won this trade? I believe so, because you're getting rid of Dalton Knecht, and you're possibly going to be getting your answers and prayers to the paint protection that Anthony Davis ironically was crying for, but you traded him for Luka. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.